That looks like just a picture of summer right there, didn't it? We'll have that story and more. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to AMHQ Early on this Monday, July 18th, 2016. I'm meteorologist Jen Carfagno. Today, we've got a lot of weather out there, severe weather that pounded parts of the Midwest over the weekend. That is moving east. And then there's the heat. 200 million people will see temperatures above 90 degrees today. But we'll start with severe storms and show you where they could set up today. The storm's going to be mainly strong, damaging winds, but that could create damage just like that. There is an isolated tornado risk as well, and the red zone stretching from New England right back into the Ohio Valley. So this morning, we've got storms ongoing in parts of Ohio, including around Toledo. They're heading towards Cleveland, and I know Cleveland this morning, a lot of folks here in town for the Republican National Convention. We will have some thunder to wake folks up this morning to get things started, but improving weather later today there, not so much elsewhere. So we'll track everything along for you. I've got a slow-moving Monday clicker, so bear with me today if things aren't moving along as you might be feeling on this Monday. We are looking at a front here and energy along with it, especially right up here into the jet stream. So we are going to see that risk for severe weather because of the combination of factors. One other factor, though, is that you saw how the winds are sort of lined up. There's not a lot of turning of winds with height. That's actually going to contribute to a flash flooding concern because storms are training and moving over some of the same areas. So you're getting some heavy rain. That's where we have all these green outlines and flash flood warnings in effect. The leading edge of this, which is where we have the potential for strong winds, now sinking right here towards the Indianapolis area. So good morning to you. It might be an early wake-up call on this Monday. These storms coming in without a severe thunderstorm warning there, but we do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings over there in Ohio. All right, Des Moines, rain still south of Interstate 80, a couple of flash flood warnings in effect. Again, nothing moving very quickly, so that's going to lead to that flash flooding concern. And we do have just a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. It is so humid outside. Dew points are in the low 70s. It's just quite oppressive, right? And that's going to feed into these thunderstorms today. So here we go with storms getting into Columbus by about 7:30 this morning in Ohio. Cleveland, you can see storms are on their way out already by 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning. We'll have improving weather after that. Going to see perhaps some regeneration of storms here across south central Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. We've got a busy day ahead with scattered showers and storms. More of the pop-up variety in Tennessee. And then, of course, this evening, as is typical, we'll see things kind of quiet down, and especially as the energy pushes east. So Cincinnati, for us, the timing is that we will see thunderstorms right through the day today, starting this morning, continuing into the early evening. Let's talk about the heat. We've got places like Minneapolis who are going to be heating up. 66 degrees is pretty nice right now, Minnie, but things are going to change. You know, temperatures hit the 80s today. We'll get to the 90s by Thursday. So this is a dangerous heat wave. We're concerned because so many are going to be affected. We are not going to get a lot of opportunity to cool down overnight with the temperatures. So just everything elevated this week. Tempers are always elevated, too, when it comes to the heat, doesn't it? There's a lot of studies that link those two side by side. 200 million people will see temperatures 90 degrees or higher. I should mention that those dew points will be up as well, making the feels like even higher. You can add another 5 or 10 degrees to the temperature, and that'll give you the feels like. And for a lot of folks, in fact, for 30 million people, that are 130 million people, that's going to be the feels like of 100 plus this week. Dangerous heat. It's for hours at a time, not just for 1 hour. It's for several hours you'll be dealing with this. Here's the numbers. We've got a lot of mid-90s out there today. A lot of upper 90s tomorrow. Nashville 95, Dallas 99, Houston 95, but everyone feeling like 100 plus. We see by Wednesday we're hitting 100. Dallas, we haven't done that yet, so we'll look at that forecast for you. Looking ahead to Wednesday and Thursday. St. Louis, we're right up there. Nashville, we're at 99. Jackson, Mississippi, 99 degrees. This is relentless. It's all week long you're going to be feeling this heat. That's where the core of the heat wave is, where the sort of the biggest bubble of the heat, or the heat dome, is located. But we're going to feel the heat all the way up to Chicago, all the way east to Cleveland. Chicago, 99 degrees. Predicting the potential for getting close to 100. We might get there on Friday. All right, let's go coast to coast right now with your weather headlines and rescue in Hartford. All right, so let's talk temperatures here. Today is going to be a hot one. The feels like in Hartford is going to be 100 degrees. Dew points, upper 60s. Temperature, 96 degrees. Even Atlantic City, it's going to be tough, especially if you're not right on the coast. Even just a couple of blocks inland, it will feel different. 100 degrees for today. The dew point at 70, feeling that's the feels like 100 degrees. So for today through the Northeast, storms are one concern. Another big concern is this heat and humidity, so hopefully that doesn't get lost on anyone. I know with the thunderstorms in your forecast, it is going to be a tough day for any kind of outdoor activity, for camps for kids, with the feels like going up to near the century mark. So we go to New York City tomorrow, still in the upper 80s. There'll be see a cooling trend up here in New England. And this week, that would be the spot to go. We've got a lot of hot weather coming to our country this week. The Northwest and the Northeast, the New England area, will be the spot to cool off. Everywhere else, like the Mid-Atlantic, we got some heat coming our way. In D.C. for us, we got 97 degrees today, 92 tomorrow. It's been 90 plus for the past 4 days here in Washington, D.C. Too soon to start planning that next weekend, and we get you through this week, looking ahead to the weekend with that always in view. Front today going into the Northeast, that brings thunderstorms, kind of stalls right offshore a little bit, but behind it there is some cooler and some drier air as we get you into Tuesday. Drier air first. And New England, really northern New England, is where we'll get to see that cooler air. Temperatures in Chicago will not be cool. Fargo will not be. We've got 90, Chicago 88, and that trend keeps going up. The heat is by far going to be the biggest story this week. Temperatures going to 90, 95, 99, 100 throughout the week. And you can see how these temperatures in places like Dallas and Chicago keep going up. The heat index will also keep going up as well. This won't be a dry heat. There will be a decent amount of moisture in the atmosphere to make it feel very uncomfortable. Atlanta 97, pop-up showers and storms in the southeast right through the end of the week. Could be a couple of showers up into the upper Midwest by Saturday. But look at New York. We are right back in it. 96 degrees by Saturday. It's a really big bubble of heat that really encompasses a good chunk of the midsection into the Midwest, into parts of the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. Now coming up, our Hot Job series continues this morning on AMHQ.